Part 3, Letting Go, the Key to Freedom. Wisdom from a monk with 50 years on the path. Hey there. I've been a monk for 50 years, 5 decades of sitting under trees older than my hometown, listening to the wind whisper through rice fields, and walking alongside folks carrying burdens heavier than they know. In Part 2, I showed you how mindfulness lets you see suffering for what it is, a storm in your head, not the world. But seeing it isn't enough. If you want to end it, really end it, you've got to let it go. That's the Buddha's next big move, and it's a game changer. He put it like this: suffering's like a handful of salt. Toss it in a tiny cup, and the water's bitter as hell. Throw it in a river, and you won't even taste it. Your mind? It's that river. Learn to widen it, and the salt, the pain, dissolves. I've spent half a century watching people clutch their worries like lifelines, only to burn themselves out. Letting go isn't some airy-fairy idea, it's raw, real, and doable, even in 5 minutes. I've taught this to everyone from high-flying execs to farmers with calloused hands, and it works every time. I'm gonna walk you through it, step by step, with stories from my 50 years to show you how it's done. This isn't just talk, it's freedom, yours for the taking. The Buddha's big idea: stop holding on. The Buddha figured this out under that Bodhi tree, and it stuck with me through every muddy path and quiet night I've lived. We suffer because we grip tight fists around what we want, what we hate, what we fear. That job you're scared to lose, that fight you can't forget, that future you're dreading, we hold it all like it's ours to control. But here's the truth he dropped: it's not the thing that hurts you, it's the holding. Let it go, and you're free. I've felt this myself. Back in the 80s, I was tending a little garden behind the temple. Tomatoes, herbs, my pride and joy. Took weeks to get those plants going. One morning, I walked out to find a pack of goats had trashed it, stems snapped, leaves gone. I was pissed. I stormed around, cursing the goats, the neighbor, the universe. Then I stopped, sat on a rock, and thought, what am I holding here? Anger, sure, but also this idea that my garden had to be perfect. I let it drop, breathed, pictured it floating away, and the heat faded. I planted again, and those new tomatoes tasted sweeter because I wasn't choking on resentment. That's what letting go does. It's not about the goats or the garden, it's about the weight you don't have to carry. And it's not a one-time deal, it's a skill, a muscle you build. Let me show you how it's worked for others, and how it can work for you. A real-life lesson, Hung's story. Take Hung, a guy I met about 15 years ago. He was a businessman, successful, sharp, the kind of guy who'd built a small empire from scratch. Nice house, fancy car, the works. But when he rolled up to the temple one afternoon, he looked like a man on the edge, jaw tight, eyes darting. Teacher, he griped, I've got money, a house, a family, but I can't sleep. I'm worried my company's gonna tank, my kids are gonna screw up, everything's gonna fall apart. His voice was clipped, like he was spitting nails. I could see it, he was carrying the world on his shoulders, and it was crushing him. So I asked, Hung, can you drop those worries for 5 minutes? Just 5? He smirked, one of those half-laughs that says, yeah, right. How do you drop that? He shot back. I leaned in and said, imagine you're holding a hot coal. The tighter you grip, the more it burns. Let it go, and you're free. You don't have to fix it all right now. He gave me a look, skeptical, but curious, so I walked him through it, right there in the temple courtyard, birds chirping overhead. Here's what we did. Breathe deep. I told him to take a slow, deep breath, feel the air fill his chest, then let it out like he was unloading a bag of bricks. Picture your worries, company, kids, as leaves on a stream, I said. Watch them drift, don't grab em, don't judge em, just watch them float away. That meeting you're dreading? That fight your son had? Let em drift. His forehead creased, but he stayed with it. Say it, tell yourself, I don't have to control it all. Say it quiet, in your head. He nodded, lips moving slightly. 5 minutes later, he opened his eyes, exhaled hard, and said, Teacher, I'm not worry-free, I mean, the company's still a mess, but I don't feel like I have to carry the whole damn world anymore. That was the crack in the dam. He started doing this 5-minute trick every night, sitting on his porch, breathing, letting go, and slowly, sleep crept back into his life. Last I heard, he was still running his business, still raising his kids, but he wasn't burning alive anymore. How to let go, your 5-minute freedom plan. Hung's story isn't a fluke, it's the blueprint. If mindfulness from part 2 is about seeing the salt, letting go is about tossing it into the river. You don't need a temple or 50 years of practice, just 5 minutes and a willingness to loosen your grip. Here's how, straight from my decades on the path. Step 1, breathe deep. Start with a breath slow, deliberate, like you're pulling in calm and pushing out chaos. In through your nose, feel it cool and steady, then out through your mouth, long and easy. Do it a few times, 3, 5, whatever feels right. It's your signal to your body, we're letting something go. I've done this in the middle of storms, literal ones, rain pounding the temple roof, and it works every time. It's your anchor before the release. Step 2, picture your worries as leaves. Now, get a picture in your head. Whatever's eating you, money, a fight, that thing you can't fix, see it as leaves on a stream. Not big, heavy rocks, light, floating leaves. Maybe it's I'm gonna lose my job, or she hates me, or I'll never get this done. Give it shape, then set it on the water. This isn't about pretending it's not real, it's about giving it space to move. I've taught this to people in packed markets, kids screaming, and it still lands. Step 3, watch them drift away. Here's the key, don't grab those leaves. Don't judge them, don't fight them, just watch. Let them float downstream, out of sight. Your job's not to fix them or drown in them, it's to let them go. If they come back, and they might, minds are stubborn, set them back on the water. No force, no fuss. I've sat with folks who've cried doing this, and others who've laughed, it's whatever comes up. The point is, you're not holding the coal anymore. Step 4, say it to yourself. Seal it with a quiet word, I don't have to control it all. Say it in your head, soft but firm. It's not a magic spell, it's a reminder. You're not God, not a superhero, you're human, and that's enough. I've seen this flip a switch for people, like they're giving themselves permission to breathe. Say it a few times if you need to, till it sinks in. Step 5, let it settle. Finish by sitting with it for a sec, no rush. Feel the space where the weight used to be. Maybe smile, maybe not, just let it land. 5 minutes, and you're done. You've widened the river, and the salt's dissolving. Underscore 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 underscore. Real stories, letting go in action. Hun's not the only one, I've seen this work wonders across 50 years. Let me take you through a few more lives it's touched. Mai, the overworked cashier. Mai was a grocery store cashier I met in Saigon around 2010. She was young, maybe 25, but her eyes looked older, bags under them, always darting. Teacher, she said, I work 12-hour shifts, customers yell, my boss is a jerk, I'm a wreck. She'd lie awake at night, replaying every rude comment, every mistake. I taught her the 5-minute let go by the temple gate, breathe, see those gripes as leaves, watch them drift, say I don't have to fix it. First time, she said, it's weird, but I feel quieter. She started doing it on her break, leaning against a wall by the store. A month later, she told me, I still hate the job sometimes, but I sleep now. I'm not carrying it home. Duk, the fisherman who lost his catch. Then there's Duk, a fisherman from the Mekong I knew in the 90s. One season, a storm sank his boat, his whole livelihood, gone. He came to me, hands shaking, teacher, I've lost everything. We sat on the riverbank, mud under our feet, and I guided him, breathe, picture I'm ruined as leaves, let him float. I don't have to control the storm, he whispered. 5 minutes, and he looked up, calmer. It's gone, but I'm still here, he said. He borrowed a boat, started again, not rich, but free. Sarah, the mom with too much. Sarah was an American expat I met in Hanoi in 2016, a single mom with 2 wild boys. Teacher, she said, they fight, the house is a mess, I'm failing them. We did it in her kitchen, dishes piled high. Breathe, see, I'm a bad mom. Drift away, say, I don't have to fix it all. She cried a little, then laughed. It's still chaos, she said, but I'm not drowning. She made it a nightly thing, and it kept her sane. Twee, the artist who couldn't paint. Twee was a painter I met in Dalat about a decade ago. She'd hit a block, couldn't finish a canvas, hated her work. Teacher, she said, I'm stuck. We sat by her easel, breathe, let I'm a failure float, say I don't have to force it. 5 minutes, and she picked up her brush. It's not perfect, she said, but I can start. She painted again, not masterpieces, but hers. Why it works, widening the river. The Buddha's Sultan River bit isn't just poetry, it's physics for your soul. We make our minds tiny cups, cramming in every worry, every what if. Letting go widens it into a river, space for the salt to spread, dissolve, fade. Hung didn't fix his company in 5 minutes, but he stopped burning. Mai didn't quit her job, but she slept. Duk didn't get his boat back, but he fished. Sarah didn't tame her kids, but she breathed. Twee didn't paint a masterpiece, but she painted. I've felt it too. Years ago, I lost a friend, sudden, no goodbye. I carried that grief like a rock, replaying I should have said more. One night, I sat by a stream, real one this time, breathed, let it drift, said I don't have to hold this. It didn't erase the loss, but it lightened the load. That's freedom, not no pain, but no chains. 50 years of proof, it's universal. 5 decades, and I've seen this work for anyone brave enough to try. In the 70s, I taught it to a farmer named Bao. Crops failed, but he let go of I'm done and planted again. In the 2000s, a widow named Lan, not our veggie Lan, dropped I'm alone and smiled at her grandkids. Last year, a teen named Min let go of I'm worthless after a breakup and found his feet. Rich, poor, old, young, doesn't matter. It's human. Hung slept again, Mai rested, Duk fished, Sarah mothered, Twee painted, because they let go. Not forever, not perfectly, just for 5 minutes, and it grew from there. Making it yours, tips from the path. Here's how I'd weave this into your life. Morning, 5 minutes before the day hits, breathe, let go, start fresh. Midday, stress spiking? Step away, office, car, anywhere, and release. Night, before bed, drop the day's salt. Sleep comes easier. Try it a week, hung on his porch, Mai by the store, me by the stream. It's yours now. Wrapping up, freedom's in your hands. The Buddha didn't promise a pain-free ride, he gave us a way to stop choking on it. 5 minutes of letting go won't fix the world, but it'll free you from it. It did for Hung, Mai, Duk, Sarah, Twee and me, over 50 years. Take it. Breathe it. Live it. Peace. Your friend on the path.